Hey guys, welcome back to the Autohound. So I just had a major technical glitch. I got it solved. Took me half an hour. I'm really sorry about that. So first things first, let's get into the fun part. I had a great weekend this past weekend. Saturday was an amazing day. So first of all, I want to thank the people at Porsche Club of America, the Northeast region. I want to thank Paul Wooten for helping put on this event. I want to thank Lisa Burke, who's an amazing, amazing person. When you meet her, you'll understand. And I also want to thank Larry Levin for also helping with this event. This was a great event. It was held at the Elms in Newport, Rhode Island. Basically, it was the Concourse de Elegance for Adrian Motors, Adrian Car Motor Week down in Newport. Amazing time. Had a lot of fun. And I'm going to just brag a little bit. I won something. Yay! Yay! Yeah. I won. Well, I runner up, but nonetheless, I won a trophy. I've never won a trophy for anything about cars in my life, so don't let that hit me on the head. So I'm pretty excited about this. So um, here we are. So number one, again, thanking the PCA people. I also want to say that I have a 2000 Porsche Boxster S. It is nothing special. However, it's special to me. So I'm really excited about that. I was a runner up in the Works division. There are two divisions. There's the Work division and the Concours division. The Works division is anybody who's kind of modified their car. And mine's slightly modified with the LED lights and whatnot. So it's not totally factual. However, it's a pretty sweet car to me and I really enjoy it. Uh, that being said, this is my first trophy, so yes, I will, of course, talk to the normal people. I'm just kidding. I want to just say congratulations to two of my friends who I met through the PCA, Justin Pessa and Paul Wooten. You guys, your car's amazing. Justin drives 1997 Porsche 993. This is the last year of the air-cooled model. His car is Garge Red with a tan interior or beige interior. It only has 27,000 original miles, and he won best in class for his division. And also, I need to say hi to some people here. Sorry. Hello. So hi Billy, hi Denny, welcome in. Um, so also Paul Wooten. Paul has a champagne gold colored Porsche 1987 or 86 Porsche 930 Turbo. The thing is a beast. Even back then, the car did 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. In the 80s, that was unheard of. That was supercar performance then and still supercar performance now. So really amazing car. And they both won best in their class. So congratulations. Good for you guys. That was awesome. If you've never been to a concourse before, this involves a real deep dive into keeping your car clean and making sure that it is spotless. And the first thing you should do is at night prior to doing any of that stuff, you really want to make sure you clean the car the night before or the week before leading up to the event. Get those windows spotless. My wife told me that as we were driving out of the parking lot, she goes, "It doesn't even look like you have a windshield. That's how clean it was." It was perfect. Um, I didn't win. However, with that many Porsches around, it's hard to win. But even to be mentioned as a runner-up, I was really thrilled about that. So we'll get into detailing in a minute with my little model car over here. This is a little model Boxster. This is the this particular one is the original 1993 through 1996 prototype, and this is not the first one they sold because you can see the little intakes right here. These intakes are actually right up here. This is just the show car, which is really sweet. It has a little tire in here, so apparently I'm getting tired. But dad joke. So sorry, I just chuckled. Immediately after the event, my wife and I decided to go for a little trek downtown Newport to see and get some food. We're getting a little hungry, so as we're walking down the street down Bellevue, and that's the kind of the main road where the mansions are. So if you don't know Newport, Rhode Island, go onto Bellevue on Google Maps and type in the Elms. That's where we were. There's going to be photos of all that stuff, and type in the Breakers, type in Marble House, and you'll see some amazing places. Go to newportmansions.org, I believe, in order to get a tour if you live locally or if you're coming from out of state. Highly recommend going into the mansions. It is stuff that you just This is just unbelievable stuff. It's really amazing. Definitely take a tour, and also take a tour of the Topiary Gardens, because those were a lot of fun too. My wife and I did those a couple of years ago. A lot of fun. That's part of what I do in my Boxster. We go out for these 100-mile drives, and they're a lot of fun. So recommend them highly. Um, Moving on to walking down Bellevue. So we're coming down Bellevue, and all of a sudden there's these Jersey barriers and a police officer there. So as we walk past the Jersey barriers, there is a 256 Ferrari GTO parked in the middle of the street with 149 other cars. If you know anything about the 256 Ferrari GTO, it's about a $3 million car. It was just sitting in the middle of the street, parked there, nobody in it, keys, with the owner, but people are walking by this car. We saw two Delahaye's, a Pierce Arrow, an old Rolls Royce from the 60s, old Rolls Royce from the 30s, some Mercedes 300 SL convertible from the 50s. Cars that are truly show car, Concours quality, Pebble Beach stuff, the Amelia Island Concours d'Elegance stuff. This is really the pinnacle of where you want your car to be. These cars are all worth over $1 million. I would have to estimate they were anywhere between 150 to $300 million in cars parked on Bellevue at any time during that morning. Jay Leno was there driving in the lead car, Fiat. I guess he was waving like a madman. Unbelievable stuff. So, furthermore, we went through the whole thing. I took a picture, or actually a video of the whole, as much as I can. With that many people, you get a lot of cross talking, and some stuff cuts out because you just don't want some of the language in the background, or it's just nice to see the cars, but sometimes people just talk, and that's what they do. So we're not going to stop that, but I want to make sure that you guys know that we got as much good video and good content as possible. Then we went into the World Tennis Hall of Fame, which is also located in Newport, Rhode Island. As we're walking down through this archway, as you walk in, there's this beautiful green grass, and to the left side was a blue Pagani Huayra, and on the right side was a silverish gray Pagani Huayra Roadster. In back of that, there were a bunch of Porsche GT2s, GT3 RSs flanking them, and which is just amazing to see. First of all, anybody who knows anything about Porsche GT2, GT3, these are the pinnacle of what Porsche is making right now. And they look beautiful, but they were certainly overtaken in beauty and design by the two Paganis that were on the lawn. Pagani is a beautiful car. They are the most bespoke cars on the planet. Each individual bolt on a Pagani actually says Pagani on it. If it's comes back and Horatio Pagani doesn't like it, he has the bolt melted down and destroyed, so nobody will ever use that bolt again, because the quality is just there. They generally use AMG motors. Each one of these cars costs anywhere between $3 and $5 million. Amazing cars. Then we went further back. There was a Bugatti Veyron, there was a McLaren Speedtrail, a McLaren Sabre, the new electric Hummer, Lamborghini Aventador, and also my very first ever seen in the wild, a Ferrari Enzo. I've never seen it in the wild. It's a beautiful black Ferrari Enzo. In that area, the music was very loud, so I chose to not film anything, and I just took a bunch of snapshots, and those 4 or 5 snapshots will be on my video this upcoming Friday. So the Porsche show will be on Wednesday, and anybody who was at the show, most of the cars that were there will be on the video, and anybody who's interested in just seeing all the other cars, you will definitely see those on Friday. There's one segment where I'm watching all the cars drive out of Bellevue. They all started up and started leaving. The sound was good. Somebody bumped into me and knocked my jacket over my microphone. So you could certainly hear all the engine noises, and you could barely perceptible speaking. However, I was speaking quite loudly. It just was being covered. So rather than shutting off the sound of the cars, I shut myself off. So don't worry about what I'm saying. If you have a question about a car, I'm going to know what it is, and you can just shoot me a quick message, and I'll be more than happy to send it back to you. That being said, I would recommend strongly joining the Porsche Club of America. Whether you live here in the United States or anywhere else in the world, join the Porsche Club. It is amazing. You get invited to some great events. The Elms was a great event. 140 Porsches sitting on the lawn, and in all different types, from the Porsche 356s to the 944s, the 968s, 928s, 914s, 911s, 993s, 996s, 986s, 981s. So all the boxes were there. All the Caymans were represented. The Macan was there. Like everything was there. So every conceivable Porsche was on the lawn. And amazing cars, great people, really enjoyed them. So let's kind of talk about what it takes to be in a concourse and what you truly need to do. So I'm going to grab my little Boxster here. By the way, the back tire fell off. So if you know anybody that's selling this version, I would like to get it, but I need a new one because the tire's gone. It's very sad. All right, let's talk about concourse stuff. First thing you want to do is make sure that everything on the car is clean. As you can see right here, you want to make sure all inside here is clean. Underneath here is all clean. Any dirt that gets accumulated in here, take out the spare tire, clean under the spare tire, clean that rim, and also make sure you clean inside where the hook, where the latch is. However, don't clean the grease out because you need the grease to get the car going. Over here, you want to make sure that your window is clean. If your windshield is clean, car's clean, right? Inside the car, you want to make sure you get inside the door jamb, underneath the door jamb, over here on the sill, coming up the B pillar right here, inside the B pillar, and inside the A pillar, which is right over here. All that should be really clean. Take a Q-tip, get inside each one of the vents, clean those out nicely, and clean out the binnacle, make sure that's spotless. Clean out all your mirrors, this mirror, the visor mirrors, the mirrors on the side of the car, and of course the plastic rear screen, which is right here in the back of the car. Then on the back of the car, what you want to do is, make sure you clean inside the clamshell and clean inside the trunk. This trunk doesn't open. However, make sure everything is clean on the car. Speaking of keeping things clean, this takes the longest. When you're cleaning a tire or a wheel, you want to make sure that that rim is spotless. So as you keep the rim nice and clean, judges appreciate that. Also try to make sure you get on the inside back of the rim, inside the actual housing of it, and you can use a long brush to do that and spray that. So the things you want to bring to a car show with you. Number one, you want to bring an instant detailer. You want to bring in some best in show wax. I use Griot's Garage. I really like their stuff. A lot of newer stuff is coming out, ceramic and whatnot. Eventually I'll get my car ceramic coated, but maybe not. I don't know. I think it's a little pricey for what my car is. What I recommend is that you also bring a 16 or 20 ounce bottle of water in a spray canister. And the reason you want to do that is you want to clean your wheels, make sure the tires are clean. There's wheels and there's tires. The wheels hold the tires. The tires are rubber, of course, and they're black, and you want to make sure that they look black. Some people want to use tire shine. Some people do not want to use tire shine. That is up to you. If you do use tire shine, make sure it's not splotchy. It has to be nice and even. When you spray it on the rag. Don't spray it directly on the car, because if there's any wind, it's going to transfer to somebody else's car, or it's going to transfer onto your car, where you have to wipe that off. And that's kind of unfortunate, but don't do that. The other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to have dirty tires on the top. So where the grass got pulled up or any pebbles or dirt, spray the tops of the tire with the water and the backs of the tire with the water, so it all drains down. And this way you have really clean tires. Judges do appreciate that. That being said, I would also highly recommend that you bring in some type of furniture polish for your leather seats and your leather dashboard. I use Blades for furniture polish. It smells lemony. It has a lot of useful oils in it to keep everything nice and soft and supple. You can use regular leather cleaner, which is great, but it's expensive. But furniture polish is cheap, and you can find it pretty much everywhere. Recommend that highly. The last thing that I would recommend doing is prep the week before. Prep, and then you'll have a good show day. Generally, when you get there, it took me an hour and a half to get my car to the point where I felt comfortable with, being judged. Sometimes, people will show up and they'll do everything right there at the show. It just you're never going to run into the right amount of time. It always kind of bites you in the butt. So just be careful of that. And the last thing I want to talk about is people coming over to your car. My wife says it all the time: be nice, be respectful. Be nice, be respectful. And that is something I'm real big on. I've met some fantastic people, Porsche Club, at any auto show I've ever been to, and you got to be nice to everyone. You don't know if the person that walks over and has a conversation with you is one of the judges, and because I've seen that happen at shows. Um, and I actually have to break into this soliloquy here. We also met a very nice man by the name of Sean. Brought his dog with him. Well, Sean has 1999 Porsche Boxster. He bought it with 901 miles from somewhere in Florida. He said it's one of two stories. One, the car was kept in a garage, but he never drove it, or two, owned by a drug dealer. And he thought that number two sounded a whole lot better. So he's driven it 33,000 miles. So Sean, if you're watching, it's a great car. And your dog, Love, Love. She's a little chihuahua. She's about 4 pounds. Adorable dog. My wife, we don't mind babysitting her anytime you want. She come and visit our dog. We're Autohound. We love dogs all times. To what I was saying about being nice, you got to be nice to people. Someone actually came over to the car and said, just sit in the car. Even though it hadn't been judged yet, just sit in the car. Who cares? What's it going to take me? 5 seconds to get in there and wipe out gas that they might have transported into the car? It doesn't matter. Just have fun. People sitting in the car, because you don't know that in 30 years or 20 years, whatever it is, someone's going to I got to sit in this really cool car. They don't have to be Porsche. They could be Subaru WRX, Honda Type R's. Like, they're going to grow up, they want to buy. I was a jerk. I was a jerk. You walk up to him, and it's like, well, I don't want that car because that's what I associate that with. So be nice. I'm fortunate that most car shows that I've gone to, I've met some really nice people. You do see some jerks, but for the most part, you meet some really good people. Kind of up over tonight. This week, you'll see videos. Again, the Porsche video is Wednesday. Rest of the video is going to be on Friday. This weekend, I'm not really sure. We'll figure something out. It'll be fun. I am going to get away from reviewing. I'm going to get away from doing car shows, and I'm going more toward reviewing cars. So if you have a car that you want me to review, I'll come down. I promise I won't throttle it. We'll go driving around. We'll put some suction cups on the windows and kind of give it a real deep dive. I think people are going to start to appreciate that part of my channel. I've entered into a couple of conversations with some local vendors around here who will let me drive their cars and, again, not beat on them and just do some real deep dives and honest deep dives. And that's what people are looking for. People aren't looking for car show stuff unless it's this Concord quality cars, which was in Bellevue, on unbelievable cars in Newport, just unbelievable stuff. Pebble Beach quality, Amelia Island quality. We'll be at Amelia Island in March for the Concourse Elegance down there. It'll be March the 2nd through the 4th, I think, or 2nd through the 5th. Driving down with the Haggerty's crew. There's going to be about 40 cars zipping down to Florida. We're going to get on the tail of the Dragon, I guess 300 turns in 8 miles or something like that. So looking forward to that. That should be a lot of fun. And I want to thank everybody that was involved in the event this weekend. I had a great time. My wife had a great time, and my wife introduced the video for this upcoming Wednesday's episode. So please watch it. And if you have anything else that you want to let me know about, please shoot me a message, like, comment, subscribe, and remember, it is about the drive, and I appreciate you watching my shows. Thanks a lot, and have a great day. We'll see you next week. I gotta shut this off, and my mouse shut off on me. Sorry about that. All right, bye.